Hey guys, can't believe it's taken me this long to finally get around to doing this video here, but you can kind of see my basic setup here. Now, a while back I actually made a purchase of a guitar. I've been meaning to do a review on it since the day I bought it. But I put it off because I suck at editing all of these videos, and I kind of it's not my strong suit, so I procrastinate. But anyways, you guys look right there is a Dean Zero. It is actually right here, you see it is a Dave Mustaine signature guitar, and I am going to go ahead and do a review of that guitar. As you see right here, it is the Dystopia model right here. And I believe that I bought it new / used from someone who didn't appear to be a guitar player, who claimed that he'd bought the guitar as a piece of art for decoration in a room. It does look cool, so I could buy that. The plastic was still on the pickups. The plastic was still on the back of the guitar, on the cavities for the electronics and all that. You could tell by looking at the strings that they didn't look like they had ever really been played on, and they were definitely, after playing on it, they were definitely not new, so they'd been sitting around for a long time. The guitar was in great shape, didn't have any scratches or chips or dings or nothing like that. He was trying to sell it as new. I bought it off of him at a used price, because unless you're buying it from a retailer, you should never pay new price. I don't care what the story is. Okay, so I bought the guitar. I think I paid $380, $375, something like that. I can't remember the exact number. But anyway, I made my purchase. I got the guitar. I brought it home. The neck was fairly straight, so I didn't really have to do any adjustments on it. All of the setup on it was pretty decent. I guess that is from it being set up originally when the guy bought it. And I don't know if it was set up or if it came that way, but it was set up pretty decent. So, just to review, new, it was in pretty good shape. The build quality of it seems to be pretty decent. So in looking at it here, you can see. Alright, so now that I got it down here, so we can actually see it separate. Here is a headstock. You can come on down. The fretboard, I mean, you can kind of see some of the spots in it there. Those were actually there when I got the guitar. So it makes it look kind of used and worn down. But that's actually just the way that it is. It wasn't actually used. Didn't look played when I first bought it. Okay. And as you see, it kind of looks like there's something on it there, but that's actually not something on the guitar. That's part of the pattern here that got cut out when they was putting it together. So that, I guess, would be down on the build quality, because the graphic when they put it on the guitar had that error on it. So that's the guitar. The design on it, I mean, like I said, the graphic looks pretty cool. I like the chrome in the pickups, because it's the only bit of chrome on the guitar. And I like the look of it fairly well. Now, I can't guarantee you the weights, whatever. It claims online that guitar has a mahogany neck and a mahogany body. Now, comparatively speaking, this guitar right here needs a new set of strings. As you can see, that broke. But this guitar is solid mahogany. And this guitar, granted, if you look at the thickness of the body, pretty similar. Okay, now granted, that guitar may be a little bit thinner, not by much. It weighs maybe half as much. And just comparing, that is my Chinese Jackson I ordered. You know, I had it custom done with everything. It needed some work. I should do a better review, or a good review on it at some point. I've meant to, but I haven't. This is a actual Jackson Kelly. It is a KE3, and this guitar has a basswood body, and the basswood body on this guitar is still heavier than this guitar. I would give it a 2 or 3 pound difference. So this guitar is actually really light. So if you're staging, playing on stage or whatever, the guitar would be pretty good for that purpose. You know, it's not going to weigh you down or nothing. Versus that blue one right there is incredibly heavy. It weighs as much as a Les Paul, or maybe it might be even heavier than a Les Paul. I'm not 100%. As you can see, I do not have a Les Paul guitar, so I can't compare it with that. But the blue one here is solid mahogany, and it weighs easily twice as much. More than twice as much, I would guess. The pink one is basswood, and I think a maple neck, and it is about 1.5 times as heavy as this guitar. So for playing on stage, strapping it up on your back, that is actually a pretty good guitar for that purpose. And as I've stated, for the neck joint, I mean, it looks almost flawless. I mean, I don't see anything in that neck joint. There's no movement, nothing. Usually you'll see, I mean, you'll start to see on poor quality guitars, you'll get finished cracks and stuff right in there. And most of my thing you'll notice first off is right in that area there where the neck meets the body. And it is actually pretty good. See? And you can see right here, you can see the fret ends. And they're all fairly smooth. The guitar plays pretty good, really. Opinions are like buttholes. I guess everybody's got one. But you can see the action set's pretty good on it. And for my personal feel, I like this body shape. It's very comfortable for me. And the quality, the build quality, I have to give it an A, because it seems to be built pretty decent. I don't think it's mahogany, in my opinion, because of the weight. I mean, look, I don't claim to be a buff guy or nothing, but I can, maneuver this thing around pretty easily because it doesn't really weigh all that much. So you have 2 volumes here. It's volume, tone, and a 3-way. Just straight down at it. Pretty nice. As I said, it plays good. It sounds decent. It's decent for recording. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But those right there are very microphonic. I guess in saying very, when I first got that guitar from China, you couldn't even play it. The pickups were so microphonic. So I've changed that. This one here, however, you can play, but don't try to plug it into a tube amp for practice, because it will scream at you. As you can see, I run a Digitech processor. The processor actually has a left and right that actually both of them go into my head. and my head runs 2 channels to that cabinet, which has a left and right, and it also runs into the board here, and the board runs those cabinets there. You see I got a 15 at the bottom. There's 2 12s and 2 10s in each of those PV towers right there. And when I play this guitar through that setup, it almost doesn't matter which way I turn or how I stand or whatever. If it's at a decent volume, then it screeches like crazy. So that is not acceptable for me. So I am going to be changing the pickups in that, and that's part of why I can't believe I waited so long to actually do my review of this video, because as you see right here, these are the Guitar Madness Invader style pickups. I am going to run these pickups in that guitar is my plan. So I figured before I do that, I would go ahead and record this video and give you an overview of the guitar. You can see pretty good here what it looks like. Just kind of giving it a rundown. 24 fret neck. Like I said, it is a rather good looking guitar, and it does seem to be put together well. The weight of it, when you strap it on, I feel like I'm going to break it, because I'm used to big, heavy, bulky, not bulky, but you see what I play. That's what I got in my bass there. That is actually the same way. When I pick up that guitar, it feels like I'm going to break it. I mean, it is massive, as you can tell, compared to the other guitars next to it. I mean, basses are naturally bigger. Guitars versus bass, you can see they're bigger. Those 3 are bass guitars. Electric guitars, there's basses are bigger, but you can even see here how much bigger that bass is than the other basses, and it seems very flimsy, not unlike this. It seems like it's made of cheap wood or extremely light wood. I don't know how they make it so light, but it plays good. The neck seems fairly strong. I have had 0 tuning issues out of it. It holds tune very well. And I'll go ahead and get you some sound samples of it and let you guys make up your own mind. And a quick reference for the sound samples, just so that you guys are aware, I'm not going to mic anything up. I'm not going to mic that cabinet. One, it's a left and a right channel, so I'd have to have 2 mics to mic it up and then try to blend whatever. I don't claim to be a professional, but this is my little studio here. It goes right into my computer, and as you see, I have wireless microphones. There I have a pretty decent microphone, but so right here is how I'm going to do it. This iRig right here, my guitar is going to go into the iRig. The iRig is going to be plugged into the board, and I'm recording on my phone. It's a Galaxy Note 10, and I'll plug everything right into my phone and record right from that, and I'm going to use all of the settings built right into the iRig that are for free. And any of you guys who don't know what those are, that's actually it's a pretty nice device. I'm not going to say it's like the greatest thing ever, or you can ditch your processor. Obviously, I have a processor. The iRig allows you to plug your guitar directly into your phone, and you can listen through headphones, so you don't actually have to play so everybody else is listening to you. So that's my review on this guitar. And a quick note, something I did forget to mention, is if you look right here, that input jack is actually tilted. So when you put an input into it, I thought it was a pretty cool thing. And I wish my other guitars had it. My other Jacksons had the same thing. So if you look on this guitar, instead of plugging in straight like you do most other guitars, it actually will go in at a down angle. If I can get it in there like that. See? It goes in at a downward angle. So that's my review of this, and I've had it for about 6 months. I've played the crap out of it. One disappointing thing, other than the weight, is you see how the clear coat is wearing off on the neck already. Right in here. Not 100% sure if you guys can see that. I mean, I play it a good bit, but yeah, I take pretty good care of it, especially the more I play it. The ones I play the most often. Sitting at the house, I play my guitars more than my bass. But I've had that bass for 20 years, and it doesn't have that kind of wear on the neck. And I played in bands, and I used that bass on stage quite a bit, and I've used it in studios and stuff like that. So it's had a lot of playing done on it, and it doesn't have that kind of wear on the neck. And even to go of this guitar right here come from China. And you know the reputation that Chinese guitars get. Now granted, this one has binding, but you can kind of look up and down the neck and there is nothing. So that's my little tidbit on that guitar. Pickups are obviously not wax potted probably at all, which is sad because that's actually a $600 guitar. It was what it cost brand new, and I would have higher expectations of a $600 guitar from any company. Dean is a bigger name brand company. I would think they could have wax potted those pickups, and I don't know what the deal with the clear coat is on it, but I don't see the clear coat as being a big issue. Guitars, when you play them, they get wear on them. It's normal. I can accept that. Most of you guys, if you play, I'm sure you know it happens. Road rash, you have them out, they get little dings or scratches or whatever. They can't all be perfect. But that guitar, it plays really well. I enjoy playing it. The frets on it are pretty good. The action's pretty good. It's comfortable to hold, and it's not near as heavy as any of my other guitars, and that's why I play it so much. But after 6 months, it's a little bit of disappointing wear. But that's my review on that guitar. I will do a video at some point and compare that guitar. I guess I should do it before I change pickups in it. But I'm going to compare. This guitar has the stock pickups in it. My Jackson here, or my Jackson, or whatever you want to call it, you couldn't play it at all, so I had to put pickups in it. But I put EMG, I put the Hetfield set of pickups in that guitar. So I want to do a comparison. You know, Dave Mustaine signed off on those being good pickups. I don't buy it. I mean, I don't buy that they're good pickups. Dave Mustaine may have signed off on them, but I guarantee you those will blow this away. But I want to compare with those and these, and then I'll come over here to this one. This is the stock Jackson pickup that came in this guitar new back in the 90s when this guitar was made. And this is a dimebucker. I've already compared the dimebucker to the EMGs, but now I want to do a comparison of those against Dave Mustaine's cheaper pickups that he puts in his brand new $600 guitars. And we will see how all that works out. And then afterwards, I'll get another video of that guitar when I change the pickups. Like I said, this here is what I got, and this is how they came. This is the Guitar Madness, or GM, if you see them on eBay or wherever. GM Invader style pickups. They were, I think, $35 on eBay or something like that for the set. So once I get all that stuff up and ready to go, you'll be hearing from it again. Peace.